Hello guys, today I will be reading chapter 1 and 2 of I Survived the Dust Bowl of 1935. This series will continue on, so let's get started. Alright, so if you want, you can get a little glimpse. These are all the books. You can get any of these, any one you want. If you don't want to break your streak like me, I break my streak a lot because I don't even know what number this one is. Actually, I do. It's the 25th book. These are all the books. Look how many books there are. Look. These are all the 25 books. The one I really want the most is the I'll try looking for it now. I'll look for it after I read these. Alright. If you guys want, you get a little glimpse. Here, do this. It's upside down, by the way. So, Chapter 1. Sunday, April 14th, 1935, around 4 p.m., Windy Plains, Texas. 11-year-old Ray Nicholson stared in horror as the massive cloud racing across the sky. It was a mountain of churning blackness that rose up thousands of feet in the air. It stretched out as far as Ray could see. The way it moved, rolling, twisting, made Ray think of snakes. Millions of snakes slithering together in a giant ball. Let me get a close glimpse of what it looks like. There you go. Alright. Oh my god, this book is already half damaged. But of course, the cloud was not filled with snakes. It was not a tornado or a hurricane. Or a blizzard either. The cloud was a monstrous dust storm. A black blizzard. It was packed with hundreds of thousands of tons of dirt and dust. Ray had been through dust storms before, too. Too many to count. He lived in northern Texas, in a flat and windy part of the world that would soon be known as Dust Bowl. After years without rain, the land was brown and cracked. The soil was dry and loose as powder. Powerful winds would suck the dirt into the sky, creating giant swirling black clouds. But this cloud was bigger and blacker than any Ray had ever seen. Black. And it was speeding towards it, faster than a train. Within seconds, Ray would be swallowed up. The swirling dirt and dust would choke him, blind him, chew the flesh right off his bones. His heart pounding, Ray took off, running as fast as he could. He had to get home, find his parents, but he was far away from his farm. Oh, by the way, guys, I am doing a little challenge for you. Count how many times I winked in this video. You can also count that one, and I just wink right now. It was getting dark. It was getting darker by the second. The wind was screaming. A tumbleweed smacked into Ray's head. Its thorns raking his scalp, and then came a monstrous blast of wind. Whoosh! It knocked Ray to the ground. Ray tried to stand, but bam! The wind whacked him down. Ray gasped as dirt and dust rushed into his nose and mouth, clawed at his eyes. He flipped over, curling himself into a tight ball, but it did no good. Powerful waves of dirt and dust crashed into him. He couldn't see. He couldn't breathe. He was drowning in dust. Chapter 2. About 2 weeks earlier, Saturday, March 30th, 1935. I think you're drooling, said Ray's best friend, Dolly. I am not, said Ray with a laugh. I just can't wait to bite into one of those cookies. There were what? Cookies? What do you mean cookies? They were walking together down the main street of their tiny town. Dolly had found a quarter on the ground yesterday. It was just lying there in the middle of the dirt road that led out to their farms. She tried to give it to her mother for groceries. A quarter was enough to buy a loaf of bread, some eggs, a bottle of milk. But her mother had said that Dolly could keep it, and Dolly decided to spend it on 2 sugar cookies from Miss Teresa's bakery. Just thinking about a sweet, buttery bite. Maybe Ray was drooling. A cold wind gusted from the north. There, her shoes crunched over a thick layer of dust from a big storm last week. But right now, Ray barely noticed that the dust or the boarded up buildings that lined the street. When he was with Dolly, nothing really bothered him. I forgot to tell you what Skippy did yesterday, she said, her bright and clear voice rising over the wind. Skippy was Dolly's 5-year-old brother. Ray loved the kid. Is he feeling all right? Ray asked. He'd had a bad cough these past couple of weeks. Then again, who around here didn't have a cough from all the dust storms? Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's continue. Oh, yeah, he's fine, Dolly said. Yesterday morning, when he woke up, there was a huge tarantula on his pillow. Yikes, Ray exclaimed. Those hairy spiders had always lived in this part of North Texas. Excuse me. The panhandle. But nobody ever used to find them inside their house. Ray guessed even spiders needed to escape all the dust. Skippy didn't get bit, did he? Ray asked with an alarm. A tarantula can kill him. I mean you. Not like a rattlesnake could, but a tarantula bites her. Like crazy. Pa got bit a few years ago. He shouted so loud the roof of their little house had practically flown off. No, it didn't bite him, Dolly said, her bright eyes twinkling from under her bangs. Does she have bangs? Look at the picture. Does she have bangs or not? But you won't believe this. He wanted to keep the spider as his pet, like he was a kitten. Ray burst out laughing. Skippy was a real pip. Ray was still chuckling when they walked up to the bakery. He yanked on the door, but it was locked. They peered inside. It's closed, Ray said. Just then, Mr. Jenkins walked by. He was one of the oldest men in town, a good friend of Ma and Pa's. Mr. Jenkins, where's Miss Teresa? Ray asked. California, I hear, Mr. Jenkins said. Jolly frowned. Is everyone moving there? Seemed like it. And from what folks had been saying, California was like heaven. The bright sunshine, the sparkling ocean, and lots of jobs on on farms. Plus, no dust storms ever. Even an 8th grader from their schoolhouse had moved there, Matthew Raskin. 6 weeks ago, he'd hopped into a freight train and headed 1,000 miles west all by himself. Miss Teresa had been struggling with the bakery, Mr. Jenkins went on. I guess not too many people around here can afford cakes and cookies anymore. Ray peered through the window. Again, folks were struggling. He knew Mom and Pa had never talked about their problems. But Ray knew they were worried about money. Lately, Ma had been serving rice and beans almost every night for supper. No juicy fried chicken or pork chops these days. But times were tough all across the country. Not just in this dusty part of Texas. Millions of people had lost their jobs over the past few years. Banks were out of cash. There was even a strange sounding name for America's money problem. The Great Depression. Ray had learned this from a magazine called What's Happening from their teacher, Miss Broach, who brought the last issue to the schoolhouse every month. Ray and Dolly liked to read it during lunch or when it was too freezing or dusty to go outside for recess. There were all kinds of exciting stories in the magazine about the baseball star, Babe Ruth, and the runner Jesse Owens, the fastest man in the world. Ray's favorite articles were about Amelia Earhart, the first lady to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean. Imagine that, flying above the clouds. This is Ray right here. He's peering through the window. I think this is Dolly. No, yeah, this is Dolly. And I don't know who this is. Could this be Mr. Jenkins? Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll reach 3 and 4 tomorrow. And by the way, I want to show you my favorite I Survived book. I'm gonna open up to the page, find it. So this, yep, I'll show it right here. You see 1964. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll read the rest tomorrow. See ya. And don't forget, you are very worth